Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is my podcast. This is a series of Garifuna ladies in business. I am your host, Clarine, and here I have next to me is Vanessa. Oh, sorry. It's Vanessa. She's a chef.
Hello, everyone.
And I'm going to be interviewing her, asking her some questions. So check it out. Okay, so Vanessa, I want you to give me the T on of a definition of give me a definition of a Garifuna woman.
I would say a Garifuna woman, I would consider them to be a black woman,
Mm-hmm.
a strong woman, a woman who has overcome a lot of things. Because I feel like as a Garifuna person, you have it where we're not Hispanic,
Mm-hmm.
but we do speak Spanish.
Right.
So then I feel like you still have it where, and then Hispanic people, a lot of them,
Mm-hmm.
if you're dark skinned, they already look at you a certain kind of way.
Right.
So it's like, okay, we're not Hispanic, but we had to learn Spanish because where we landed.
Right.
So I feel like we're strong, we're smart, we're enduring. Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. I don't have a definition yet. I'm trying to still process that. But I do want to say the first time we hung out, no, you invited me to your house.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I discovered that you live with your grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
How is that experience living with your grandmother, knowing that she's literally from back home?
So it was good. She is the type that she would only speak to me in Garifuna.
Oh
Yeah, so
wow.
that's how I learned it. So I mean, I speak it, but it is not perfect. So like I speak it, but if I'm very shy about speaking it because I know that I'm probably mispronouncing some things, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
want nobody to laugh at me.
Right.
But she spoke to me only in Garifuna. That's how I learned it, and she kind of taught me how to cook some things. Because a lot of the American things that I make I learned that honestly either from my mom or just YouTube or
Mm-hmm.
Googling it and kind of saying, okay, maybe knowing my taste buds, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna alter it this way. But
Right.
a lot of the Spanish dishes, I learned that from her. And she was very strict though. She was not with it. She would not.
Uh,
Yeah, she was strict. And like she would expect me, okay, if I tell you to be home at this time, you gotta be
mm-hmm.
home at this time.
Right.
If I'm going somewhere, call me when you get there. Oh, what
Mm,
you was doing? And she want to know everything. Um,
wow.
so I mean, I'm grateful. I love living with her, but it was time to go. It was time to
I
go.
know the feeling. I have a Garifuna mother myself. She was very strict on me as well.
Mhm.
But my mom also cooks and she still sells food,
Mhm.
but only in the summertime. Um, she in the wintertime she's in Guatemala, so she doesn't know how the cold feels.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so in the
Okay.
wintertime she out. Like
I mean, I be trying to get my grandmother to do the same thing, and it's like, all right, you put in so much work to build this
mhm.
house, and you want to be in New York. It's cold. If I had
Mhm.
the ability to go over there and stay there when it was cold here and come back when it's summertime, I would. But she just don't want to
Yeah,
go.
she left in January. Like as soon as I said Happy New Year, she
She
literally left the next day, and she's not coming back until
that's a
May.
she is not with it. Uh-uh.
She's not with it. So, another thing is that what kind of what values did you take in that she had that you now like go by?
One being very disciplined. And working hard
Mhm.
because even I was spoiled. I'm not even gonna lie, I was spoiled. But she always told me like, I don't mind spoiling you
mhm.
as long as you do what you're supposed to do. So do what you have to do in school. Don't be over here with these boys, playing around with these boys. She was very big on the don't get pregnant young. So that
Oh,
was
okay.
another thing where she
Mhm.
was like on my back about.
Right.
Um, she always also taught me to just be respectful to my elders and just be respectful to people.
All right.
Um, oh, there was a lot of stuff she taught me. I don't know. Yeah, she told me to be respectful. She told me to be a good friend.
Right.
And she also taught me to show people grace.
That's good.
Because everybody's not gonna have a good day.
Right, that's true.
So she's like, but she also told me don't let nobody play with you. So,
Right.
yeah, that was some things that she did teach me that I still hold on to now, as an
Okay.
adult.
So let's talk about Dine with Nessa. Before we're gonna do Dine with Nessa, then we're gonna do Dine with Nessa
Dinewithnessa and
and
Jeff.
Jeff. Okay, we're gonna start from
All
the
right. Okay.
beginning. Okay, so when did you start? Well, when was your love for cooking start? Like,
Honestly, I'm a foodie.
mm-hmm,
So if I'm sad, I'm gonna eat. If I'm mad, I'm gonna eat. If I'm happy, I'm gonna eat. So it's like
mm-hmm,
I'm a foodie. I've always wanted to cook, and I've always been cooking since I honestly could remember. I would have like Chris come over, and me and him, I'd be like, "All right, come, like I'm a cook," and they used to be like, "This is so good," and I would always try to find ways to make what I made better because I critique myself very hard. Like I'm very harsh on myself.
right,
So I'm just like, okay, no, like this gotta be better. Like I want it to taste like this, or I want it to look like this.
right.
Like it gotta taste like this. So I want to say honestly, I probably started cooking when I was about 13.
13.
Yeah, like 13. Yeah, it has to be like 13. Um, and and then my grandmother would be like, okay, come watch me do this. Or she'll stand by and she'll tell
Mm-hmm.
me, okay, do this first and then do this. And for me, I feel like as my grandmother has gotten older,
Right.
her food is still very good, but
Mm-hmm.
our seasonings are not the same.
Right.
So like back then, to me, good. Like it was good. But now as I've gotten older, I've altered the things that she has taught me and kind of take my own spin onto it
Mm-hmm.
because she'll only use like sazon, adobo. She don't use paprika. She don't use stuff like that.
Right.
So yeah. Since that's a long
It
time.
is. You
That
making
is
me
a
feel bad. I started cooking in my 20s, so
everybody has their time. Everybody has their
I
time, and especially when you move out, it's like you have to learn
right.
because outside food is not the same.
That is true.
Outside food is not the same.
That's why my man cook.
See,
I
I love
don't.
it for you. Okay, I love it for you.
So so basically your business. How did you start making the making the food industry into your cooking into a business?
So initially, I started doing it when I was still living with my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of told myself, I said, okay, let me try to see if I can make something of this because
Mm-hmm.
very I'm very shy. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have the ability to have other people who have never had my cooking before try my food. And what if they don't like it? I didn't want to get discouraged.
Right.
So at first I was kind of like, do I want to do it? Do I not want to do it? And I just said, everybody's not gonna like your food. Everybody is not gonna enjoy it, but you are gonna have people who are gonna like it.
Right.
And honestly, as time goes by, you're gonna get better. So it was just this one day I just said, I'm gonna do it. I made my own little logo. I think it was on Canva.
Mm-hmm.
Made my own little logo, and I sold food by myself for the first time. It's on my Facebook memories. I believe it was like 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was like 2017. And it went well. I was impressed, but I already knew when I did it that first time, I can't do this by myself
Right.
because that was the first time that I did it, and I want to say, about 12 orders. And this was, mind you, I'm just getting into my element of
Right.
being able to cook in big quantities. I was way too overwhelmed. I was
Oh my
way too
god.
overwhelmed. And it's like, like I said, I'm very hard on myself. So if I tell you it's going to be ready at this time, I want to make sure I'm done at that time. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Oh man.
So yeah, 2017, and this was me doing it by myself. Grandma was just there watching me. She was just like, "You really gonna do this?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it." And it honestly brings me like a sense of peace.
Right.
So it may be chaotic, but I understand my chaos.
Right.
So it brings me a sense of peace. So I genuinely was like, okay, eventually I'm gonna have someone help me. Or my grandmother used to always offer, even my mom, she'll be like,
Mhm.
if you need help, don't, tell me. My best friend all the time, like, even my cousins, they'll be like, all right, like, if you need help, let me know. I got you. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
it
all
takes a
right.
village,
Yeah,
y'all.
it does. Okay. It really does. But I don't like asking for help. That's
Right.
like one of I don't like asking for help. I want to feel like, no, I did it by myself, but you need help. You can't do
That's
everything by
true.
yourself.
That is true.
You cannot do
So,
everything by
how is
yourself.
your work balance? Like, how did you balance doing your business and working a 9 to 5?
So originally I was working in a bank.
Mhm.
So it was not bad, but I felt like I could do a lot more if I did get a job working from home.
Right.
So that was what I ended up doing. So at first, I was working at the bank, and I kind of just did things on the weekend
Mhm.
because that would be the only time that it would allow. But then also working at a bank, I would have to work Saturdays.
Right.
So then that kind of interfered with me cooking then, and I'm just like, if I really want to take this serious, I need to be able to give it my all.
Right.
So I kind of told myself, okay, I'm gonna get me a work from home job. I ended up getting a work from home job. So now
Wow.
it
Mhm.
allows me to cook during the week.
Oh.
So we've kind of had these contracts with ACS and
Mhm.
these other big other company, well, not companies, organizations, and it helps because during the week they would want us to cook Monday through Friday. If I was working at a bank, how? Like, I
Right.
don't have the time. So honestly, being that I do work from home, I kind of
Mhm.
just, all right, I did this. Let me go in the kitchen. Let me do this really quickly.
Right.
And it also gives me time to prep with enough time and not make me feel like I am rushing myself.
Right.
And I feel like, of course, if you're rushing, it doesn't come out. It may not come
Mm.
out how you want it to be. Versus if you take your time, it comes out better.
Did you have any like challenges, and how did you overcome those challenges?
As far as what?
As of doing your business, and like, did you feel like you just needed to give up, or
Yes and no. When I was doing it by myself, yes,
Mhm.
because I did end up stopping because it became too much for
Right.
me to do it on my own. It just became way too much. So then that was honestly the main challenge I had, just doing everything on my own. But giving up, that was never an option for me because
Nice.
nah, I would never. It's I'm telling you, it brings me a sense of peace. Like, I could literally everything could be going wrong, and I'm just like, I'm gonna go in that kitchen and I'm gonna cook me something.
Mhm.
But and I feel like it also, I like to learn how to make new things because I never went to culinary school. I've always wanted to go,
Right.
but honestly speaking, from experiences that I've heard from people who have gone, they literally just teaching you things that honestly you could learn on your own.
Right.
Um, and they only season with salt and pepper. I don't like that, so no. But yeah, I feel like that was the only challenge. Honestly, just doing it on my own when I first started. But giving up, mm-mm.
All right. So this one question I do have. All right. Did you deal with any criticism in
Yeah,
our Garifuna community, and how did you deal with that?
I did. Um, so I'm trying to think back on, it was honestly when we first started.
Mhm.
And it was, this is when it became Dinewithnessaandjeff, and it was
Mhm.
more so us not being on time,
Right.
which is something that we would tell people. For example, your food is going to be, our delivery window would be from, for example, 4 to 7.
Mhm.
People were not getting their foods when we first started. Honestly, it was like 10 o'clock.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and you know, for me, I don't like that because if we told you a certain time, I want to make sure that by that time you have your food.
Right.
Um, what else was another? Maybe some. I don't know.
All right. So how was your first catering gig?
It was very good. It
Mhm.
was the first time that we did a very big event. It was for Chris and Karen's wedding.
Mhm.
That was the first time that we actually catered for Garifuna people.
Mhm.
So when we got there, I was a little bit nervous because I know that Garifuna people are not. may not have been used to how I will cook. So they had a very interesting menu. They had lamb chops, salmon, shish kebabs. It was some things that I wasn't sure that Garifuna people would actually enjoy because I've never seen them even cook lamb chops or anything.
Right.
So I'm like, okay. So after everyone got their food, I was kind of just sitting there looking at everybody like, all right, let me look at them. Let me see their face.
Right.
What they eating now. And we kind of got very good reviews. We got a
Mhm.
lot of events from people that were at the wedding.
Right.
Um, so it was very good.
Mhm.
I was telling Bay, I'm like, Bay, everybody's saying the food is good.
Mhm.
And he was like, that's good, Bay. Like, we did that. I'm like, all right. So,
I
yeah.
hear that we did that. So since you're
Right?
talking about we, so how's your experience working with your significant other?
At first it was very hard
Right.
because everyone has different ways on how they cook. So I would be looking at him like, well, why are he doing this like this? What is he doing?
Mhm.
But it kind of just took us learning each other and how we actually cook to
Mhm.
kind of make it work together.
Mhm.
So now we're kind of like, okay, I'm gonna wake up at this time. I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z today. Um, and when I wake up, I'm gonna do this, and I should be done around this time. Then you can go in the kitchen and you do this because we're working out of a kitchen that's not as big as what we're used to.
Right.
So at first it was hard, but we've gotten so much better. So we kind of already know, like, and I know when I'm getting on his nerves, like he'll
Mhm.
just ignore me, and I'm just like, all right, let me shut up. Let me just go do this. Let me not ask him nothing. And when he already knows, so I just be like, all right, it's gotten a lot better.
It has. I hired them for my anniversary. She had seafood boil. It was amazing. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Thank you.
So my camera was struggling, so the visual is gonna be a little shaky. But please enjoy. So, how was your first pop-up shop experience?
So the pop up shop was actually really good. We had a lot of people that were hitting us up like, let me know when you get there so that we can just go get our food and kind of leave, kind of thing. We sold out in 3 hours.
Yes.
um, and it was very good. It was a little bit. I was tired. I was very tired because initially we were gonna do more food than what we had, but I'm happy that we did the foods that we did make because everyone was like, "This is really good." We got a lot of from that pop up shop. We also got a lot of clientele.
Right.
Um, it was very good. It was a very good experience. That was my first pop up, our first pop up shop, and I do want to do another pop up shop. I'm just looking to kind of branch off and maybe go to different type of people because I feel like a lot of Garifuna people already know us. So I want to make sure that not only Garifuna people know us, that other people know
Who you
our
are.
food. Yeah. So it was very good. I want to do another one. I do want to do another one.
So
And
your
that I was
first.
shy
Mm-hmm.
because I don't like I don't know how to explain it. I don't like meeting new people, but like people know who I am and I don't know anyone.
Right.
So they'll be like, "Hey," and I'm just like, "Oh, hi." And I'm very shy. People don't think I am, but I am shy. I don't like speaking. Like, yeah. So they'll be like, "Oh, hi, Nessa," and I just be like, "Hi." A girl came up to us that day and she was like, "Oh, you catered my sister's." I didn't know her. I don't know anyone. She's like, "Oh, you catered my sister's party, and that food was so good. Give me your card because we're gonna book you for something else." And I'm just like, "Here you go." And I'm just like, it felt good because it allowed me to get to know the people who we be cooking for.
Right.
Because I don't know a lot of people.
Oh.
So it was cool. It was very cool.
So you did an event. How was that?
it was it was really good. The turnout was better than I anticipated it to be, but I was running on 3 hours of sleep.
Oh my god!
Because the week that we had that event, that week we were also cooking for ACS,
right?
And we cooked for them Monday through Friday, and the event was Saturday.
Oh wow!
So literally, like it was cooking after, and I didn't mind it, but I just wish I was able to sleep.
Right.
But it was very, very good. It turned out better than I anticipated it, and it was genuinely a lot of people that I had no idea who they were. And I'm just like, oh wow, y'all know us, hate us. Like I was so happy. But it was really good. We want to do another event. We plan on doing another one. It was really good.
Oh,
it was really good.
That's nice.
It was really good.
All right, so we're gonna play a game.
Okay.
You have to pick. I'm gonna say 2 items. You just gotta pick which one would you
Okay.
have.
Okay.
All right. Tamarindo or horchata?
Horchata.
Nope.
Nope, horchata.
Okay. Enchiladas or bayadas?
Ooh, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I really don't know because I've never had baleadas until I got with Jeffrey.
You gotta go to my mother Yoli. You know, my mother makes the best one. Yes.
I've never had baleadas until I got with Jeffrey. I used to honestly look at it and be like,
oh, you gotta try my mother.
All right.
She still sat behind the truck. You know.
I'm gonna have to go honestly with baleadas.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna have to go with baleadas.
What's that soup called? Is it machuca?
Uh-huh.
Or haduto?
They're both the same thing.
Really?
Machuca is basically the plátano with
right.
the coconut soup.
Right.
Machuca, it's the same thing.
Oh, okay.
It's the same thing.
See, I learn things every day.
It's the same thing.
But
anything else that you say apart from that, I will always pick that though. So yeah.
All right, fish from Seis Vecinos or fish from back home?
Fish from back home. When I go back home, that's all I eat. I'm allergic to shrimp, but I will eat some shrimp in Guatemala for you.
Right.
I will eat that for you. Take my Benadryl with me. That's it. I will eat shrimp.
Oh, okay. That's it. You did a good job. You did a good job. You wanna do the thing for me? Hold on a second.
She's like, look up.
Here. I'm sorry, y'all. I was trying to let her help me up with something. So.
Ooh, I hope you didn't hear that. Excuse me.
No. So, sorry, hold on. So, there's someone who, you're blocking my light.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you. Oh, don't hurt yourself. There's someone who wants to give you a message.
Who?
Peace and blessings, shalom. Peace and blessings, shalom. Bae, my soulmate, my partner in business and cooking. And, you know, I just want to appreciate everything we've done together. The stuff you taught me, the stuff I taught you. And there's things that we still going on. There's been a journey. It's been a journey. But I just want to thank you for being the person who you are. Even though I am a headache. Oh, I know I'm a headache. And it's just the love that you give to me too as well. Like, it's very unique and it's very different. And it's something that, you know, I would have never expected anyone to, you know, give to me. And, but Lord and Savior, because my mindset is very different now from who I'm dealing with these days. So I want to appreciate and I want to thank you for everything you're doing, holding it down right now in the business when I'm not even around, communicating well, we're getting stronger. Thank the Lord we're getting stronger because we do have storms, but this is, you know, when you God-fearing, strong, the storm is only for the moment. We're going to proceed and do what we do. I love you. You know that. I don't even have to tell you, but you feel it even when I'm not even around. Keep doing what you're doing, babe. Keep doing what you're doing. Peace.
I love him. I love him.
So, this is a little segment.
Don't be making me cry.
So, I started this segment to know that you're not alone and that you have a support system within me and within your loved ones. And I wish you the best of luck with your business.
I wish you the best with your business
Thank
also.
you.
Thank you.
And thank you for being my second guest.
Thank you for having me. Oh, I want to cry.
Alright, you guys, that's the end of the video. And see you guys on the next one.